For its 28th annual Jobs Rated report, the website ranked 200 jobs based on 4 criteria: environment, income, outlook, and stress. Environment takes into account both physical and emotional factors, and the average number of hours worked each week. Income considers mid-level salary and growth potential. Outlook measures potential for employment growth and income growth, as well as unemployment rates, and stress takes into account 11 different factors including travel, deadlines, and interaction with the public. Here are the 10 worst jobs in America for the year 2016.
Number 10.
Firefighting is a dangerous career choice, certainly, but it's taxing in other ways too. Firefighters do not work a typical 9-to-5 day, and hours can be long and stressful as they deal with the life and death situations of fires and medical emergencies. Firefighter employment is projected to rise 5% over the 10-year period through 2024, which is about average for the pace of growth for all occupations. Competition for jobs will likely be strong. Physically fit applicants with high test scores and paramedic training will have the best job prospects, according to the BLS.
Number 9.
Working as a taxi driver or chauffeur also requires long hours, often on evenings and weekends, but the growth prospects for the job are strong given the rise of ride-sharing services such as Uber and Lyft. Taxi driver employment is projected to rise 13% over the 10-year period through 2024, faster than the average for all occupations. An increase in ride-hailing services that utilize electronic hailing through smartphone apps should contribute to employment growth, according to the BLS.
Number 8.
Advertising sales agents sell advertising space to businesses and individuals. They contact potential clients, make sales presentations and maintain client accounts, according to the BLS definition. The industry is seeing a massive change as media makes the transition from print to digital forms, as well as due to the rise of programmatic advertising. Ad sales employment is projected to decline 3% for the 10-year period through 2024. Increasing internet and television advertising sales will not offset the decline in advertising activity in print newspapers, the BLS said.
Number 7.
Retail sales workers sell retail merchandise, such as clothing, furniture and automobiles, as well as spare and replacement parts, such as automobile parts. Despite the rise of online shopping, retail employment is projected to rise 7% over the 10-year period through 2024, which is about average for the pace of growth for all occupations. The BLS notes that the retail industry has very high turnover, which means there will be a large number of job openings.
Number 6.
Pest control workers are skilled at removing unwanted animals and bugs, such as roaches, rats, ants, bedbugs and termites that could potentially infest buildings and surrounding areas. Pest control employment is projected to show little or no change for the 10-year period through 2024, that said. Job opportunities should be good because of the limited number of people seeking work in pest control and the need to replace workers who leave this occupation, according to the BLS.
Number 5.
Being a member of the U.S. military is a job that comes with great honor, but CareerCast named enlisted military service as the 5th worst job this year. Enlisted military make up the vast majority of military careers, approximately 82%, while the remaining 18% are military officers. Enlisted military personnel typically participate in, or support, military operations, such as combat or training operations, or humanitarian or disaster relief. According to the BLS, they may also operate, maintain, and repair equipment, perform technical and support activities, supervise junior enlisted personnel, while the total number of active duty and reserve personnel serving in the armed forces is expected to remain roughly the same through 2024. There should be opportunity for qualified individuals. All services have needs to fill entry-level and professional positions as current members of the armed forces move up through the ranks, leave the service, or retire, the BLSA said.
Number 4.
BLS officially uses the term "announcer" as the umbrella term that a disc jockey falls under. Announcers, such as those on the radio, present music, news, and sports and may provide commentary or interview guests about these or other important topics. According to the agency, they may also act as an MCs or DJs at weddings, parties, or clubs. Unfortunately, the growth prospects for this employment group is expected to decline by double-digit percentages by 2024 as consumers, businesses and customers switch to using streaming services such as Spotify, Pandora and Apple Music. The BLS notes that more experienced announcers will have the best prospects.
Number 3.
Broadcast news reporters or correspondent report on and analyze information to inform the public about news and events happening internationally, nationally and locally. Their work generally is seen or heard through television, radio and websites. Employment for the broadcast news reporter group, which includes other news correspondents, is projected to decline 9% for the 10-year period through 2024. Declining advertising revenue in radio, newspapers, and television will negatively impact the employment growth for these occupations, the BLS said.
Number 2.
Logging workers are in the business of harvesting trees, and the timber that is obtained from each harvest is the raw material for many consumer goods and industrial products, the BLS said. The job is very physically demanding, not to mention dangerous, and can send loggers away from their homes and families for many weeks and months at a time. The BLS projects that logging employment will fall 4% for the 10-year period through 2024. However, there will be a need to replace workers who retire or leave the occupation permanently, the BLS said.
Number 1.
CareerCast's worst job for 2016 is that of a print newspaper reporter, like broadcast correspondents. Print reporters report on and analyzes information to inform the public about news and events happening internationally, nationally and locally. Their work generally is seen or heard through newspapers, magazines and other printed material. The sub-industry is in decline as the media industry moves increasingly toward digital formats. The group's employment is projected to decline 9% for the 10-year period through 2024. Declining advertising revenue in radio, newspapers, and television will negatively impact the employment growth for these occupations, the BLS said. Thank you guys for watching, and please support by subscribing, liking and sharing, and for more cool videos.